Hello, English learners. Welcome back to another episode of English Listening Practice. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Whether you're on your way to work, relaxing at home, or taking a quick break, thank you for tuning in. Today, we're diving deeper into understanding fast English and speaking more naturally. I know it can feel overwhelming when native speakers talk quickly, but don't worry. I'm here to guide you step by step. In this episode, you'll learn how to train your brain to catch real English, practice speaking with shadowing techniques, and much more. So get ready to boost your listening skills and speak with confidence. Let's jump right in. Section 1. Why real conversations are different. Many English learners feel confused or overwhelmed when they try to understand native speakers in real conversations. This struggle happens because the English you learn in textbooks or classrooms is very different from how people actually talk every day. Here are some important reasons why real conversations feel so hard. 1. Native speakers talk fast and smoothly. Native speakers don't speak slowly or clearly like in lessons. They talk quickly, connecting words so that they sound like one long stream instead of separate words. For example, what are you going to do? Sounds like what you're gonna do. This makes it hard to hear each word clearly if you aren't used to it. 2. Sounds are often dropped or changed. In real English, many sounds disappear or change to make speech easier and faster. For example, I'm going to becomes I'm gonna, and did you sounds like Jew. These changes don't happen in textbooks, but are very common in daily speech. 3. Informal words and phrases. People use slang, idioms, and casual phrases that you might not have learned yet. For example, instead of saying, I don't know, native speakers often say, no idea, or beats me. These expressions make conversations sound natural but can be confusing at first. 4. Interruptions and changes in topic. In natural conversations, people interrupt, correct themselves, or suddenly change topics. This is normal because conversations are spontaneous and flexible, not scripted or perfect. 5. Repetition and fillers. To sound natural, speakers repeat words or use fillers like or like. These don't add meaning but help keep the flow of conversation and give the speaker time to think. Why this is good news for you. Understanding these features explains why it's normal to struggle with listening at first. It's not your fault, and it doesn't mean you're not good at English. It just means you need to get familiar with how real spoken English works. The good news is that once you know what to expect, you can start training your ear and brain to catch these patterns. This will make listening easier and faster over time. In this episode, we will break down these common features step by step. You'll learn practical ways to recognize and understand them so you can listen with confidence and enjoy conversations with native speakers. Section 2. Train your brain to catch real English. Understanding real spoken English takes practice, not just of your ears, but of your brain. When native speakers talk fast, your brain needs time to get used to the sounds, rhythm, and connected words. In this section, we'll slow down natural conversations and break them into smaller, easier to understand parts. By doing this, you give your brain a chance to hear how words blend together and what they really mean in context. Here's what you'll do. 1. Listen to natural conversations. First, you'll hear real English as it's spoken naturally, fast, connected, and smooth. Don't worry if it feels difficult at first. This is the real way English sounds in daily life. 2. Listen to the same conversation slowed down. Next, we'll slow down the speech without changing the words. This helps you hear each part clearly, including small connecting words and changes in pronunciation. 3. Repeat listening and focus on sounds. You'll listen multiple times to train your brain to recognize patterns, like how going to becomes gonna or did you becomes do. Over time, your brain learns to expect these forms automatically. 4. Connect sounds to meaning. As you hear, you'll also learn how to understand the meaning behind these connected words and expressions. This is important because understanding meaning, not just individual words, helps you follow conversations naturally. Why this works? Our brains are amazing at adapting. When you practice hearing real English regularly, your brain starts to process it like native speakers do. Instead of translating every word in your head, you begin to understand English as a whole sound system, making listening faster and easier. This training is like building a muscle. The more you listen and focus, the stronger your listening skills become. Section 3. Repeat and speak. Shadowing practice. Now it's your turn to speak. This section focuses on shadowing, one of the most effective ways to improve your English speaking fluency and pronunciation. What is shadowing? Shadowing means listening to a sentence or phrase spoken by a native speaker and then immediately repeating it out loud. You try to imitate the speed, rhythm, intonation, and emotion exactly, almost like you're following or shadowing the speaker's voice. Why shadowing works so well? Improves pronunciation. You learn how to make the exact sounds and stress that native speakers use. Builds fluency. By repeating at native speed, your brain and mouth get used to producing English more naturally and quickly. Enhances listening skills. You focus deeply on how words are connected and how sentences flow. Increases confidence. Practicing speaking regularly reduces hesitation and fear of making mistakes. How to practice shadowing. Listen carefully. Pay close attention to every sound, stress, and rhythm in the sentence. Repeat immediately. Try to copy the exact way the sentence is said, the tone, speed, and emotion. Don't worry about mistakes. It's normal to struggle at first. The key is to keep practicing consistently. Repeat multiple times. Practice each sentence several times until you feel more natural. Tips for successful shadowing. Use short sentences at first. Gradually increase the length as you improve. Try to speak along with the audio, not after it, to get the rhythm right. Record yourself and listen back to notice areas to improve. Make shadowing a daily habit for the best results. Remember, the goal is not to be perfect, but to get closer to natural, fluent English speech each day. Shadowing is a game changer in language learning because it combines listening and speaking practice in one powerful step. Let's start shadowing together in the next part. Get ready to speak like a native. Extended shadowing practice script. Listen carefully, then repeat after me exactly as I say it. Short phrases. Good morning. How was your weekend? I'm a little tired today. Did you finish the project? Not yet, but I'm almost done. Let's take a break soon. That sounds like a good idea. What do you want to eat? I'm craving something spicy. Me too. Let's order some tacos. Short dialogue practice. Person A, hey, do you have a minute? Person B, sure, what's up? Person A, I need help with this report. Person B, no problem. Let's look at it together. Person A, thanks. I really appreciate it. Person B, you're welcome. Let's get started. Tips for shadowing. Match the speed, rhythm, and intonation as closely as you can. Repeat each line 2 to 3 times. Don't worry about mistakes. Focus on speaking naturally. Try to feel the emotion and flow of the conversation. Section 4. Learn key phrases and expressions. Understanding fast English isn't just about hearing words, It's about knowing the common phrases native speakers use every day. In this section, you'll learn useful expressions and slang that appear in real conversations. I'll explain what these phrases mean and how to use them naturally. This will help you recognize them quickly when listening and make your own speech sound more fluent and natural. We'll cover things like common contractions and reductions, like gonna, wanna, and kinda. Everyday idioms and expressions. How native speakers connect words in casual speech. By the end of this section, you'll feel more confident understanding and using these natural expressions in your conversations. Section 5. Practice listening with real conversations. Now it's time to dive into real, authentic English conversations, just like you'd hear every day from native speakers. I'll play short clips of natural conversations between native speakers. These aren't slow, textbook dialogues. They include real-life speech with natural speed, intonation, and everyday phrases. At first, these clips might feel challenging or even a bit overwhelming, and that's completely normal. But don't worry, we'll listen carefully together with a step-by-step approach. First, listen. Just relax and listen to the conversation without worrying about every word. Try to catch the general meaning or topic. This helps your brain get used to the flow and rhythm of real English. Second, listen. Now focus on specific key phrases and expressions we've learned earlier. Pay attention to how the speakers link words together, their intonation, and the emotions they express. This will help you connect sounds with meaning better. Third, listen. Listen once more and repeat parts of the conversation out loud. I'll pause after key sentences so you can practice shadowing, copying the speed, rhythm, and pronunciation. This active practice will boost both your listening and speaking skills. By repeating this process regularly, your brain will train itself to understand English faster and more naturally. Over time, you'll find that conversations that once felt impossible become easier and even enjoyable. Section 6. Use what you hear. Speak with confidence. Listening is just the first step. To really improve, you need to use the English you hear in your own speaking. After practicing with real conversations, I'll give you simple speaking exercises based on those clips. You'll practice answering questions, making your own sentences, and even creating short dialogues. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. The goal is to build your confidence and get comfortable using English naturally. The more you speak, the more your brain will connect listening and speaking skills together. I'll also share tips on how to practice daily, even if you don't have a conversation partner. Using apps, recording yourself, or speaking aloud while alone can make a big difference. By the end of the section, you'll feel ready to join real conversations and express yourself clearly even when native speakers talk fast. Section 7. Build a daily listening and speaking routine. Consistency is key when it comes to improving your English listening and speaking skills. In this section, I'll help you design a simple, effective daily routine that fits easily into your busy life, whether you have 10 minutes or 30 minutes. Why daily practice matters. Even a short, focused session every day creates lasting change. Your brain gets used to the sounds and rhythms of English, making it easier to understand and respond naturally. How to structure your practice. Listening. Choose a short podcast episode, a conversation clip, or a video to listen carefully. Use techniques like slowing down or repeating tricky parts. Speaking. Practice shadowing what you hear, repeating out loud with the right pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. Try recording yourself to track progress. Active engagement. Don't just listen passively, repeat phrases, answer questions, or summarize what you heard to deepen your understanding and improve recall. Tools and resources. I'll recommend helpful apps and websites for daily practice, including ones that provide transcripts, speed control, and speaking feedback. Using multiple resources keeps your routine fresh and fun. Setting achievable goals. Together, we'll set small, measurable goals like understanding a 1-minute conversation without subtitles or speaking a 5-sentence story aloud. These milestones keep you motivated and show clear progress. Staying motivated. I'll share tips on how to stay consistent even when you feel busy or discouraged. Remember, every day you practice, you're getting closer to fluency. By creating and sticking to this daily routine, you'll train your brain and mouth to understand and produce natural English effortlessly, turning your practice time into real speaking ability. Section 8. Celebrate your progress and stay inspired. Learning English is a journey, and it's important to recognize and celebrate every step you take along the way. In this section, we'll talk about how celebrating your progress can boost your motivation and keep you inspired to continue improving. Why celebrating matters. When you acknowledge your achievements, even small ones, it builds confidence and makes learning enjoyable. Positive reinforcement helps your brain remember progress and encourages you to keep going. How to track your progress. Keep a learning journal or app to note down new words, phrases, and milestones like understanding a conversation without subtitles. Record yourself speaking regularly and compare your recordings over time to hear how much you've improved. Share your successes with friends, teachers, or language partners to get encouragement and feedback. Stay inspired with fun challenges. Set mini challenges for yourself, such as learning 5 new phrases each week or having a short conversation with a native speaker. Challenges make learning dynamic and exciting. Remember your why. Whenever you feel stuck or unmotivated, remind yourself why you started learning English, whether it's for travel, career, friendships, or personal growth. Keeping your goals in mind helps you push through tough moments. Join a community. Connecting with other learners can provide support, tips, and motivation. Consider joining online groups or language exchange communities to celebrate together and stay inspired. By recognizing your progress and celebrating successes, you'll build a positive mindset that makes English learning fun and rewarding, helping you stay consistent and confident on your journey to fluency. Closing. Keep practicing and enjoy the journey. Thank you for joining me in this episode of English Listening Practice. Remember, improving your listening and speaking skills takes time and patience, but every little effort counts. Keep practicing the tips and exercises we covered today, training your brain to catch real English, shadowing to improve your speaking, and celebrating every bit of progress you make. Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on enjoying the process and building confidence step by step. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe and share it with your fellow learners. Your support means the world to me. I'm excited to see you in the next episode, where we'll continue building your fluency with more fun and practical lessons. Until then, keep listening, keep speaking, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. Happy learning!